Hi everyone, welcome to the Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Saradeep from the Arsenal Bengal official supporters group. Hi bro, how are you?
I'm great. I'm actually not at Bengal right now. I'm at the capital of India, in New Delhi. But yeah, up the Gunners from wherever it is. So yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to a bit very disappointed to be honest after the result against Liverpool. But still, we have a game to look forward to tomorrow as well. So looking forward to the match against Aston Villa.
Yeah, we've got to get the win there after that disappointing result against Liverpool. I thought we gave them a really good game though. We battled hard and unfortunately a couple of defensive mistakes cost us. What were your thoughts on the game?
I can't complain about the performance. I can only complain about the result because we all were we all could have, we all knew that it would be very tough for us to beat a Liverpool side, who are in this kind of form and the quality that they have. But what I wanted to see is the performance, the way the players perform, the way they react. I think they did extremely well. All the players, the attacking play and the movements, the mentality of the team was superb. I think everyone was at their game. But the thing which I feel disappointed about is that we could have taken at least a point from this game because in the first half we were very good. In the second half, I think a couple of defensive lapses, and that's what the quality of the Liverpool team have. That they punished us twice in two instances that they got. So yeah, disappointed in the result, but very proud the way we played because it was an it was a game that we know we could have probably drawn, but yeah, we move on because we have an important game tomorrow, and it's a must win. But overall, very disappointed regarding the result, but very proud of the performance of the boys.
Yeah, looking at the positives, Martinelli was outstanding again. He had a really good game. He plays well against Liverpool. He done so in the Carabao Cup game. He had Klopp saying, "Remember his name." That's how well he's been played against Liverpool, and he was, yeah, once again outstanding. And as a team, we were battling hard, but there was a couple of performances that let us down. You would say Lacazette didn't really offer much in attack, and Cedric as well. Both their goals came down his side. Ramsdale as well. He could have done better with the goals, but he's been so good this season that we can understand as humans, you make mistakes, these things happen. But yeah, what were your thoughts on some of the individual performances?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're spot on because yeah, although the first goal was Ramsdale's fault because he just left his near post open and Jota squeezed it in from there, but you can't really blame him after the performances he have put on in throughout the season. So yeah, but Cedric was poor. Both the goals were, he had a role in those goals, especially in the first one. And I'm disappointed because we gifted those goals because those goals are not supposed to be scored against a top team. And especially the way we are playing, we shouldn't have been giving them those kind of chances. Because in the first goal, I think Ramsdale should have saved it. And the second goal, I think Saka, I think it was unfortunate from his side. He wanted to play it through, and then the ball ricocheted and came back, and they scored from there. So those are gifts. And if you're telling me about the individual mistakes and the individual performances, I think Cedric was poor. We really need Tomiyasu back because although he was okay against the so-called lesser teams in the Premier League, but against the big boys, you got exposed. And I think Lacazette was, so. He was not offering that much. And I also thought Odegaard was also went missing a bit in the whole context of the game. He was not being involved too much as he has been in the recent past. But yeah, as you know, in I have to say that I really can't blame all these players after a result like this because we know that the quality Liverpool have, and I think I'm very happy the way we have performed because if you see even the stats and compare it to with the last season or so, I think you will see that there are evidence that we are improving, and all that matters now for me is a win tomorrow because it's now a must-win game after the loss against Liverpool. So yeah, individually we were lacking because two or three players didn't perform. But maybe we hope that it was just an off day for them.
We've got to look at the positives that we are closing the gap to Liverpool. We know Liverpool and Man City are a really high level. They've been winning the title in recent seasons, 90 plus points, and they're very strong teams. So to see that we're improving, we are closing the gap to them. It's a positive sign, and maybe just a few signings away from really being able to compete with them. But yeah, so looking at the overall picture now, as you say, the Aston Villa game is really important now. The last time I spoke to you was on our show last week. We were playing Leicester before this Liverpool game. We got the win against Leicester. That was a really good performance. We kept Leicester out. They barely had any chances. We played really well. We were creating many chances, and it was 5 wins in a row at that point. So we've been doing what we're meant to do in terms of beating the teams that we should be beating. And now we need to do that against Aston Villa as well. So before we go into looking previewing the games coming up, you just get your thoughts on our performance against Leicester. Yeah, and the other big game that I was on that weekend was Man United against Tottenham, which Man United won 3-2. Ronaldo got a hat trick there. Yeah, so what was your thoughts on them two matches?
Come on, you have to just admire the great old man, I will say, because not so old. Don't get me wrong. The way he's performing, it shows that he's a top player. You have to admit that, and United are very lucky to have him. They were saying that he's the problem. Is he? I don't think so. After the performance he had against Tottenham, superb goals. All kind of goals. He's scoring for a screamer, header, tap-ins. He's doing everything well. Then, yeah, I think the ideal result would have been a draw because it would have meant that both the teams dropping points. But United win is, I think, the second best result for us, given Tottenham dropping points. They are now 6 points behind us. But yeah, you have to admire the quality of and the class of Cristiano Ronaldo. He uses quality even at at this age. So you have to just admire that and watch it. And if you tell me about the Leicester game, I think we were good. We won it comfortably. We got the deserved 3 points. But I still believe we didn't take all of our chances. We should be staked, and lack of taking chances really haunted us against Liverpool. Because remember the Odegaard chance, he should have scored there. He missed. If he had scored that goal there, it could have been a completely different scenario, given the way we have performed at home, and all of our fans behind the team. So yeah, I think taking chances has been a problem. We see all these fancy videos in the training that the players finishing and then celebrating, extravagantly. We want to see that in the pitch as well, because I think taking chances against the big teams are very necessary if you want to get to the top four. And you saw we created a lot of chances against Leicester, just took only two. And when it mattered against Liverpool, the chances were few and far between, and we couldn't take one. So that I think we need to address. Miguel Arteta has to address that to the players, and they need to improve that, because if we keep on squandering all these chances against the big teams, we are going to suffer. So I think it needs to be addressed. And overall, I think the win against Leicester was deserved, and the loss against Liverpool was, I will say, a bit unlucky. But I'm looking forward to the Aston Villa game. It's crucial. We need to win, and hopefully we are going to improve.
Yeah, crucial game coming up. But yeah, before we preview that one, just wanted to ask you a little bit about the Champions League. Have you seen the Champions League draw?
Yeah, actually, I was traveling today, so I just got a glimpse. I think Chelsea have got into Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they go. I don't know how they go to Madrid. Are they going to book a bus?
I have no idea. They might have to go by coach instead of getting flights on a private jet. They might have to go
Yeah,
a long way.
and actually, I think the tie of Villarreal and Bayern Munich will be a bit. I think it will be a tricky one, because people are thinking Bayern will gonna be Bayern are clear favorite. But I do see some good things from Villarreal, actually, because I was watching the match, watching the replay of the Villarreal versus Juventus game, and they were outstanding, to say the least. Unai Emery, remember Unai, huh?
Yeah.
He has done something good with Villarreal, and you have to give credit to them. So yeah, I saw it. I think Chelsea are going to play Real Madrid, Villarreal, Bayern, and I have forgotten the other two fixtures actually.
Manchester City have got Atletico Madrid
Atletico. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And another
game, and the other one, Liverpool got Benfica.
Liverpool and Benfica. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think I think it's quite easy to predict what Liverpool and Benfica it will be. I think it will be Liverpool. And if you ask me about Chelsea, Real Madrid, I think Real Madrid are at this moment the better team. City, Atletico Madrid, I think it will be tricky, but City do have the advantage, and Bayern, Villarreal, you have to. Although I fancy it will be a tight fixture, but if I have to pick a team, I'll pick Bayern Munich any day because you just have to put your money on Bayern Munich when it's between Bayern and Villarreal.
Yeah, and then they do the draw for the semi-finals as well. So the way it's worked out is that the winners of Chelsea and Real Madrid will play the winners of Manchester City and Atletico Madrid, and then the winners of Benfica and Liverpool will play the winners of Bayern Munich and Villarreal. So that will make some real tasty semi-finals. If all the favourites go through, it would mean that it would be Bayern Munich versus Liverpool as one semi-final, and the other one Manchester City versus Real Madrid. So wow, if we get them two semi-finals, it'll be
Yeah,
amazing. We know we're
that
guaranteed
will be
final as well.
finger licking good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right in the crunch stage now. This is the part of the Champions
And
League.
hopefully this time next year, you and me talking about Arsenal in the Champions League
Yeah,
semi-final. I hope so. I hope
hopefully.
God really listens to me because it has been so long we haven't failed the Champions League anthem at our stadium. I have been watching the Champions League matches for Arsenal since 2003 when I was just a 9-year-old kid actually. So from then till for a long time, it was a regular part of our life, and suddenly it's gone. First, it was at least a Thursday night Europa League. When this season it's been completely nothing. So yeah, I'm very much hoping that it's very crucial. I think as everything it just comes out from me that it's massive for us that we finished off for this season because the Champions League finish is absolutely very much necessary for us, and it means a lot to the fans, not only for the players. And just getting back that vibe, that atmosphere back at the Emirates is crucial. And I do believe I do really hope that we get that because that's all it matters at this very moment.
I really hope we do. It's going to be really tricky because we've got some real difficult games. If you look at our running, we've got to play Chelsea away, Tottenham away, Man United here at home, and West Ham away as well. So that's 4 games against our direct rivals. That's going to play a big part in it. So yeah, I think it's going to go right down to the wire. I hope it doesn't. I hope we can comfortably get top 4, but I think it's going to be one of those that it goes down to the last game of the season, maybe the second last game. But yeah, take it game by game. So let's look at the next one up against Aston Villa now. So in terms of team selection, first of all, I know you're a big fan of getting Martinelli down the middle and dropping Lacazette to the bench and bringing Emil Smith-Rowe into the team. Do you think this is the game that we should do that? And do you think Arteta will do it?
I don't know. I don't think Arteta will do it, but I think it's necessary that we do that because Lacazette, as I've said, I love Alex Lacazette. The work rate that the guy puts on, the way he performs, the way he leads, is absolutely outstanding. I truly admire that. But what I also need is the goals. He hasn't been scoring. He has only scored a penalty, in against Leicester, and I really thought that it will galvanize him to score and to at least create some chances and maybe score against Liverpool, but that hasn't happened. And I also do think that against Aston Villa, with the defenders that they have I think we need a pacey striker up front, and Martinelli may well be suited for that. But I really don't know. Really don't think that Mikel Arteta will be going for that. And in terms of team selection, I think it's been forced because Cedric has been playing because Tomiyasu is injured, and I really hope that Tomiyasu also comes back because at the right back position, it was quite clear that Cedric is not good enough for Arsenal. Maybe he is for 2 or 3 games, but whenever there's a big team or quality attack that comes, he really crumbles. So yeah, in terms of team selection, I don't know whether Tomiyasu is fit or not, but up front, I'd like to see Martinelli because I think that can change things a bit, and we may benefit from that. So
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Arteta does now because we know Aston Villa are a really good team. It's at their ground, so having that pace up front would help us, I think, as well. And if you're looking at Aston Villa's team now, what do you think the main dangers are?
you have to admire the way they're playing because they do have the quality players like McGinn and Watkins. They have Buendia was really flourished. I do believe after he was struggling a bit in the initial part of the season, but he has been flourishing as well. And you have to be aware of Philippe Coutinho. The man has started his magic after coming back on loan, and we wanted him as well. So I think the way they possess a lot of threats, they can really cause us problems. But given the way we have played so far defensively, I think we have the potential to negotiate all that. But yeah, if we get complacent and if we keep on making the mistakes that we made against Liverpool, I think we will be punished because Villa at home, and also you can't just forget about Emiliano Martinez. He will be also looking to give his best against his former employees and all those antics that happened after he left the club and all the things that has happened, that the things that has been said. I think he will be up for it as well, and I up for it as well. And I think it will be very important. It is a crucial match. It is not as easy as it seems because it will be tough.
Yeah, for sure, it's gonna be really tough. Gerard's gone in there and done a really good job. They're a good team. We've seen some of their results in recent times. Has been really good. The thing is, though, I think we can get at them. With Liverpool, we really struggled to break them down. We played Liverpool 4 times this season and scored 0 goals against them. So we're not going to be facing a defense that strong. Good goalkeeper Martinez is, but their defense is nowhere near as strong as Liverpool's defense. So I think we can get at them. It's just about us keeping solid at the back. And for most of the season, we have been solid at the back, and we've been very few mistakes. So unfortunately, we did against Liverpool, but let's hope there's no mistakes, as you say, against Aston Villa. We keep solid. Hope for a comfortable win, but I don't think it's going to be comfortable. I think it's going to be a really close game, and we're going to win it 2-1. What's your correct score prediction?
I think it will be 2-0 to Arsenal. I'll go 2-0 Arsenal. I'm seeing that we are keeping a clean sheet because I think Ramsdale will be looking to make amends as well, and I think for that I'm going 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay, and then there's another really big game coming up from the weekend. 2 of our direct rivals are playing against each other. It's Tottenham versus West Ham. Your thoughts on that one?
Oh yeah, David Moyes, come on, do your magic and get something out of the game. And because West Ham has been historically they have done well against Tottenham in the recent past as well. So yeah, it's massive because I want West Ham to win. I don't know whether I'll get my wish because I haven't got my wish in the last match as well. I wanted a draw between Man United and Tottenham. That didn't happen. But I really hope West Ham wins. But I think Tottenham do have the quality to beat them. But it will be very good if West Ham can at least hold on. And my prediction is Tottenham 1, West Ham 1. I think West Ham gonna get 1 point because, and you see that they also qualified I think for the Europa League or Conference League yesterday I think. What didn't they?
Yeah, the Europa League, they beat Sevilla, which is a very good.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It's a good team.
They were having 1-0 deficit after the first leg, and they won 2-0. And Andriy Yarmolenko scoring 2 goals in after ages. He didn't score a goal for a long time, and suddenly he has scored 2 goals. Great for him. Respect, as he has been obviously going a tough time at this very moment, given all the things that's been happening. So yeah, I think it will be 1-1 Tottenham against West Ham.
Yeah, really got to give respect to David Moyes and the job he's doing. Sevilla are doing really well in La Liga this season. They're like in second place, and for them to beat them, as you said, they were trailing after their first leg, so that's a great result. They're going to take that confidence. They might be a bit tired though after that one because that game went to extra time as well. And well, Tottenham played as themselves on Wednesday, so it's only one day extra rest that Tottenham have had. Tottenham have been very inconsistent this season, as we've seen. They're like winning the game and losing the game, winning the game and losing the game. So they beat Brighton on Wednesday, which was no good for us because they've closed the gap down on us. I was hoping Brighton will do us a favour, but it wasn't to be. So let's hope it continues within a game and then lose a game. So that would be the case. They'll be losing against West Ham, but I think they're due to win a couple of games in a row. And the fact it's at their ground, I think that's going to give them the advantage. Like I say, West Ham as well will be fatigued from that game that went to extra time. The emotion of it as well is a big deal for them. You know, they've not been in a quarterfinal of a European competition for a long time. They're saying that I read, I think it was in the 80s, the last time they were in the quarterfinals of a European competition. So yeah, they could be a little bit tired. So I think I'm going for 3-1 to Tottenham in that one, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's either a draw or a West Ham win. And yeah, it's made it really interesting, like I say, with the top four now. You know, it's really crucial now. Each game is going to be so important. Just hope we can get our win. There'll be an international break after that. And then we got Crystal Palace. Then after that, we've also got Brighton at home, Southampton away. And then there's the big one. Yeah.
Chelsea and United.
That's it, man. What they've done was really annoying. Arteta was talking about it yesterday in a press conference.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking you. Did you listen to what Mikel Arteta said?
Yeah, it's really unfair what they've done to us, you know. So it's already this week, as we've seen, we play Liverpool on Wednesday, and we're playing the early kickoff tomorrow. So that's a short turnaround. But then I don't understand the scheduling when you know that we've got two massive games. It's really crucial for us for the top four. Chelsea away on the Wednesday night, and then you giving us Man United the early kickoff on the Saturday. You know, they should have either switched the Chelsea game to the Tuesday or made the Man United game, put it on the Sunday or the Monday. But, you know, they've just put us in this situation now where it's giving an advantage to our competitors. What's your thoughts on it?
I think this is I want to say that this thing has been happening for a long time. You know, this things it starts at the root of this is FA, because I think I do believe that there is a clear anti-Arsenal mindset that runs through FA and that transmits to the referees as well. Because we have seen all the things that are unfair, that shouldn't be happening to a club happens to Arsenal. Because this scheduling is absolutely ludicrous, because whenever you're giving two important games against Chelsea and United, who both are out of rivals, and you just keep a mere 50 or 60 hours gap between the games, because what are you doing, FA? Because this is absolutely not acceptable at all. I really laud Mikel Arteta for speaking out, because I think he may get fined or he may get charged and code of conduct and all this bullshit, but he really spoke his heart out. I do really thank him for that. And I think the refereeing, and I do believe this transmits to the referees as well, because you saw an incident against Liverpool. You saw the Mane dive. Did you see the Mane, the way he dived?
Yeah.
In the first. Any other Arsenal player, anything, any player of any club will be getting a yellow for that. Why didn't he get? We have seen all these things happen with Arsenal. The way David Luiz got his sent off against Wolves, the way Martinelli got, recently sent off against Wolves as well. 2 yellow cards for same incident actually. One run of play and you give him 2 yellow cards. I think these unfair things has been happening for a long time, and I do believe that this really transmits from FA towards through FA it comes and it goes till the referees. And I think it's very unfortunate. Mikel Arteta was very right to speak out, and I really want to change in this regard, because this shouldn't be happening. And especially given it's the best league in the world. you really can't pile up all the unfair things to a club. And I really do hope things change, because this is not fair at all. Not to the club, not to the players, not to the manager, and not to the supporters.
Yeah, it's baffling how they've done it like this. We've got enough time to have a look at it and try to make it more fair. Why do you need to put the game so close together? There's no need for it at all. But what can you do? This is what they've given to us. It's going to be a really difficult week. But yeah, let's hope. First of all, before we get to that stage, I say we got some games now coming up. The next few before we get to them games, we're doing well against the teams that we should be beating. We've been beating them, so let's hope we can continue that. So that by the time we get to the Chelsea game, we're still in a very good position for the top four. I mean, yeah, that week's going to be crucial. If we can beat both Chelsea and Man United in that week, then that's going to go a long way to securing the top four for us. But yeah, that's all further ahead now. First things first, like I said, game by game. Let's hope we can beat Villa. One last thing before we go over, I just want to talk to you about the title race now. So we saw Man City drop some points against Crystal Palace. So that was really unexpected. They struggled to break them down. Maybe the lack of strikers costing them. They were linked heavily with Harry Kane. You can see they really need a striker. That might cost them the league title, because Liverpool now, after beating us, again, unfortunately, they beat us, but that's put Liverpool in a really good position now. They're only 1 point behind Man City. What's your thoughts on the title race?
Yeah, every time you ask me about the title race, I remember telling in your show that City will be wrapping it up with 4 or 5 games to spare. And I, every time I talk about it, and I say how fool I was, even after all these years, watching football, I still take the risk to predict, a Premier League title race. So yeah, you are absolutely right. 1 point gap between Liverpool and City, and I think it will be very, very, very crucial for City to keep it going, keep their lead altogether, and or at least try to enhance it, because City have been, I do believe, a bit off colored in the last couple of games or so. And on the other hand, Liverpool have been outstanding. So yeah, I do believe it's still very tough to predict. I think it will be very tight, and it may go to the last day of the match as well. And I think that the real decider will be the match at the Etihad between City and Liverpool. But I still believe that City do have the tiny bit of edge, but it can vanish, it can evaporate very, very fast.
If you look at their situations, both of them are still in the FA Cup. Both of them are in the Champions League. There's them competitions going on. They could play each other in the FA Cup and the Champions League, still, in the final. So it's a big rivalry between them two. And, there's a lot at stake. Liverpool are still on for the quadruple. They've got the Carabao Cup there. They're still in the other three competitions. City are in three competitions. So, I've got to give it to both teams. They've taken it to new heights. They really raised the bar. And like you said, I think it's going to go right down to the wire. That match of Etihad is going to be crucial. I had some Liverpool fans asking me after we played them the other day, like, who do I think will win the league? I said to them, I still think City have the advantage, because they're 1 point ahead still. They've got to play Liverpool at home, so they've got that home advantage in that game. And looking at the running as well, they have the slightly easier games, you would say. But when the pressure's on and when you're playing all these other competitions, we know that Champions League is a big priority for City as well. So, it's really difficult to call, because we don't know what's going to happen. Tiredness, injuries, suspensions. And yeah, the Premier League's very exciting this season. The title race looks like it's going to go to the wire. The top four race, again, looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Relegation battle as well is tight down there. It looks like it's going to go to the wire as well. So we're enjoying a really good season. As we're saying as well, a Champions League draw. We could have some really good semi-finals coming up in that. The FA Cup as well. Good conclusion to that coming up. So a lot to look forward to in the last few months of the season. And yeah, the business ends here now.
Absolutely, because I think you're right, because some enticing matches, some enticing maybe 8 to 10 weeks, if I'm right, ahead of us. I think, yeah, we can really think about all the matches between Manchester City and Liverpool but at the end of the day, I really don't care, because all I want is top four for Arsenal, because we do have 9, 10 games, I think. Yeah, 10 games to the season till the end of the season, and that what matters to me. And another thing that I really hope that Liverpool don't win at least if maximum Liverpool wins the title, adding to the Carabao Cup, is I hope it's one, because if they win at least a treble or quadruple, the whole world is going to end, because all the Scousers will be making it pandemonium, and because and we have already seen what has happened since they won the Champions League and the Premier League. So I really hope they don't win more than 2 trophies, because otherwise it will be an unbearable place for us to stay. And yeah, on a serious note, I do believe City and Liverpool are obviously two clubs who are way ahead of the other packs in English football at this very moment. But I do hope that we soon try to bridge the gap a bit. We are already on the right course, and I think top four will gonna reflect the way we have improved in the past, say 8 to 10 months under Mikel Arteta. So yeah, looking forward to the final couple of months of the Premier League and all the football extravaganza. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We're not far away. We showed that. We showed that when we played against City here. They were very lucky to beat us. And against Liverpool again, we battled really hard and we gave them a really difficult time. Just a few signings away, I think. Maybe another year or two and we can be competing with them. First things first, we must get the top four this season. And let's see how it goes tomorrow against Aston Villa. So that's all from us. Thanks, bro.
And guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and do subscribe to UTV Gunner. Come on, you Gunners.